What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Chicago Cubs versus Kansas City Royals Major League Baseball matchup going down Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Experts tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do so because we have a lot of action lined up for the week ahead. We got Major League Baseball on the board. We got the WNBA back from their All-Star break, and we have the NFL Hall of Fame game creeping up on us to kick off the NFL preseason. So make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout and get 15% off your purchase. We also have our goal of, we also hit our goal of 250,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you that's helped us get to where we are today. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button by now, though, please do so. It'll help us reach our next goal. We're aiming for 1 million. And if you have hit that subscribe button, welcome. I can assure you we're going to be making you some hefty amounts of coin going forward. And it's going to start here with this matchup between the Chicago Cubs and the Kansas City Royals. The Chicago Cubs sending out Colin Ray for the start in this one, while the Royals will counter with Seth Lugo. At least I have seen Colin Ray listed as a starter on ESPN. We'll have to see if that ends up being the case. But Seth Lugo getting the start here for the Royals, coming off of a bit of a rough outing. He had been on a nice run of form, still a 2.14 ERA over his last 7 starts, going back over the last month plus. But Lugo in his last 3 starts in the month of June, 5 home runs allowed. And last time out, gave up 5 runs on 8 hits and a pair of home runs over 6 innings of work against the Miami Marlins in what ended up being an 8-7 loss for the Kansas City Royals. And now you go to Wrigley Field to take on a Cubs lineup that admittedly hasn't been anything special against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. You look at their team OPS numbers, they're bottom 3 in baseball. They're hitting .214. The isolated power numbers aren't spectacular, but this is still a really strong Cubs lineup on paper with a lot of quality bats in that lineup. Guys like Seiya Suzuki, Pete Crow Armstrong, Dansby Swanson, just to name a few. And I think that, the Cubs can have some success here against Seth Lugo. And for me, Seth Lugo's just been a bit of an up and down pitcher to back for the better part of his season. His ERA is a full run higher on the road than it is at home this season. 3.49 on the road compared to 2.48 at home. And you look at Lugo in his career as a starter against the Cubs, 0-3 and 8.35 ERA. The current Cubs lineup has some decent numbers against Seth Lugo. Even the guys like Ian Happ, 2 for 9 with an RBI. Seiya Suzuki's 2 for 6 with a home run. PCA's 1 for 2 with a triple. So limited sample size, but I still think that this is a Cubs lineup that can get to Seth Lugo for a few runs here. On the other side, you got the Royals, who are still a lineup that I have a hard time trusting. They did crank out 12 runs in Monday's series opener between the two teams. But the Royals still, hitting .251 against righties in the last 2 weeks. Their team OPS numbers are league average. They have a low strikeout rate, but still hasn't necessarily always translated for the Royals to offensive production. And I just think when you look at these two teams on paper, I think that Colin Ray gets the edge because he's been much better at Wrigley Field this season. The Cubs have been able to win a lot of his games at Wrigley. And I just trust this Cubs offense more than I trust the Royals here. So I'm going to roll with the Cubs, laying the juice at home in this one, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.